Hello students, we are in kingdom Plantae. It is placed at 4th position in Robert Whittaker's phylogenetic system of classification. Kingdom Plantae includes 5 divisions. We have completed algae with general characters, classification and economic importance, followed by second division which includes the plants which are without xylem phloem, hence we call avascular cryptogams as they produce spores, and commonly we call them as amphibians of plant kingdom. Division name is Bryophyta. In today's session, let me introduce the third division in kingdom Plantae, and we call the plants as first evolved terrestrial cryptogams with xylem and phloem. So this is the primitive group of plants under Tracheophyta. Tracheophytes are the plants having vascular tissues, xylem and phloem. The name of the division is Pteridophyta. The plant body is having descending axis represented as root system, and the type of roots are adventitious, where the roots has many branches arising from a common point. They provide anchorage and helps in absorption of soil water. Ascending axis which is growing above the soil representing the shoot system having a central axis stem with the well-developed leaves. This true plant body is diploidy in nature, having 2n number of chromosomes, and they are called sporophytes. The plant producing spores. So dominant stage in Pteridophyta is diploid sporophytic stage. In the plant Selaginella, the leaves are tiny, hence called microsporophylls. And in other plants, the leaves are big. Like in ferns, they are called macrosporophylls. Now when we use the sporophyll word, the leaves are modified to produce the spores. If I use the word microphylls and macrophylls, it representing size of the leaves. So phyll refers to the leaf and phyte refers to the plant. Microsporophylls and macrosporophylls at maturity, they develop the special bag-like structures on a abaxial surface called as sori. In each sorus, there are tiny structures known as sporangia. In each sporangium, there are diploid mother cells which are capable to undergo meiotic divisions. Here you remember, each mother cell when it undergo meiosis, it is a reduction division where 2n number of chromosome is halved and resulting cells will be haploid with n number of chromosomes. In meiosis, one mother cell will give rise 4 daughter cells. It includes 2 divisions, meiosis 1, meiosis 2. So resulting cells are haploid in the sporangium. Each sporangium is having a jacket wall. This jacket wall is having thick walled cells. At maturity, when the spores are mature, the water evaporates from the jacket cells. It ruptures, and with a force, all these haploid spores are released outside. They are carried usually by the wind. I already mentioned you the spores are mainly for dispersion. They go to distant places and they search their new habitat. Now here if you see the spores, all are similar in size and shape. Hence, the plants are said to be homosporous. Highly modified plants in Pteridophyta will produce 2 types of spores. Microspores are small and megaspores are big. When plant producing differentiated spores, it is said to be heterosporous. It may be homosporous or heterosporous. The spores in favorable condition germinate. On germination, it gives a tiny inconspicuous structure. It is independent. Have rhizoids. Rhizoids are root-like structures providing anchorage and helps in absorption. On the rhizoid, a green-colored heart-shaped patch start developing. It is for photosynthesis during the growth phase. This is now a gametophyte representing a thalloid structure. Hence, it is known as prothallus. In most of the pteridophytes, this prothallus is said to be bisexual. Monoecious. Bisexual means both male and female organs will grow on the same thallus. We also use the term homothallic. Now, this gametophyte, which is derived from haploid spore, naturally representing haploidy state. It produces two gametangia. Antheridia representing male sex organ, Archegonia representing female sex organ. Here, in Antheridium, antherozoids will develop by mitosis. These antherozoids are released in the water. So here, remember, they need rainy season for distributing their male gametes, or the male gamete need flowing water so that it will move with the help of flagellae to reach the egg for fertilization. The antherozoids are multiflagellated. In Bryophyta, they are biflagellated. Here, they are multiflagellated. They reach the archegonium. As usual, the archegonium is having the egg in the venter, the neck and the capsules, which degenerates to release a chemical to attract the antherozoids. Fast moving healthy antherozoid is entering in the neck, fuses with the egg located in the venter. This is sexual reproduction, where the antherozoid and egg, both are haploid, undergo fusion, giving diploid zygote. Now this zygote start developing into a true plant body. It requires certain period to develop into adventitious root system and ascending axis shoot system, either with microphylls or with macrophylls, and these leaves develop sori. Sorus contains sporangia. Sporangium contain mother cells. Mother cells by meiosis produce haploid spores. Spores disperse. Attaining favorable condition, they germinate, giving prothallus. It is a gametophytic independent stage, producing Antheridia archegonia. In that, by gametogenesis, antherozoid and egg will develop representing male and female gametes respectively. Antherozoid move towards the egg, fuses to form zygote, and zygote develops into new sporophyte. So here, dominant is sporophyte, independent is gametophyte. The two stages are totally separate from each other, not like earlier bryophytes. Even here, diploid sporophytic stage for asexual reproduction, representing the diploidy state, it produces spores to complete asexual reproduction, while gametophyte represent haploidy stage, produce haploid gametes. So this type of life cycle is said to be haplodiplontic life cycle. In Pteridophyta, there are 4 classes. For exam, we need to remember general characters of division Pteridophyta, and if they ask classification of division Pteridophyta, you need to simply write name of each class with single example, no need to describe it. So first class in Pteridophyta is Psilopsida. Example is Psilotum. Second class is Lycopsida. Example is Lycopodium. Third class is Sphenopsida, example is Equisetum. And fourth class is Pteropsida, example is fern or Nephrolepis. I'll repeat again. Class Lycopsida, Sphenopsida, Psilopsida and Pteropsida. You can change the order, but first Psilopsida, second Lycopsida, third Sphenopsida and fourth Pteropsida. And Pteropsida includes ferns. These plants are usually grown in garden as ornamental plants. As these plants are growing in cool, damp, shady places, they are perennial in nature, so naturally reduces the soil erosion. They maintain soil field capacity moisture. When they grow on the entire soil surface, it is a main food for the herbivores. With this, I'll complete today's session under the division Pteridophyta, including general characters and classification. Thank you very much.